Hello everyone, it's Edge here, and today I will be showing you an interesting way to get a world record in Trackmania. But before we start, I just want to make a little disclaimer. Everything I will show you in this video is presented just as a fun fact, and if you wanna use it to actually get records in the game, you do this on your own responsibility. And the reason is that you might get banned from the game for using it, but I will explain why that is at the end of the video. And for now we can start with the content. Alright, so I will be showing you a trick that has been found this year in puzzle mode, but first I will briefly explain what puzzle mode actually is, because it's one of the least popular game modes in Trackmania and many people might not know how it actually works. So puzzle maps are being played in two steps. First of all, you start in the editor. You have a specific set of blocks that you can use to build your own map. And the goal is to create the fastest route that connects the start with the finish, while also taking all of the checkpoints. And once you are done with building, you now can start driving for the fastest time, just like on any regular race map. And what's cool about this mode is that not only you can improve a lot while driving, but also when building your solution. Trackmania editor has some restrictions when it comes to building. You can't just put any block in any possible spot. Every piece of the map you place has to have a valid connection with the blocks that are nearby. And also it has to be placed on a specific surface. So for example, you can't place roadblocks on the water, or you can't place underground blocks high in the air, etc. So one way to get rid of these restrictions is to use external programs that allows you to create so-called block mixing, and that is basically placing all of the pieces of the map without any editor restrictions. And using block mixing tools in puzzle mode, of course, is considered cheating, as you are using external software to gain advantage, and that's basically the definition of cheating. However, as it turns out, it's possible to do some specific kinds of block mixing in a normal editor without any external help. In January this year, a player named vman2002 posted a video showing a block mix that he created by accident while using unmodified Trackmania editor. I obviously asked him what he did to create that, and after his response I began with some testing, and here's what I found out. First of all, you need to have two different pieces of blocks that can be dragged. We will be taking a look at this example. First I put a straight road on the ground, and then I put a straight tunnel underground. What you can do now is you select a ground road block, create a line, but don't let go your mouse click. Then you start holding left control on your keyboard. You still hold the click and the control. You move your mouse over the tunnel block, and then you release the click with your mouse. And congratulations, you've just placed an illegal underground block on the ground. So this is a cool little trick, but you might wonder what kind of use we can find with it. So we will be looking at one of the campaign puzzle maps named Puzzle D2. And first of all, I will show you how the current world record looks like. Yeah, so the solution is pretty well optimized and the driving is also on the highest level, but in a moment I will show you how to completely destroy that record. We can use the trick I've showed you in two ways of this map. We can either put an underground block on the ground, or we can put a ground block underground, both of which are impossible to do without the trick. So when you are placing these illegal blocks, very often the textures get messed up, creating dark holes through which you can jump outside to the void. And with some smart abuse, you can create some really cool time savers. And I will now show you the solution I came up with, and later I will break down what actually happened and what has changed. Alright, so I hope that I managed to surprise you a bit with the final result, but let's now explain what actually happened. So the first change comes at the part where the car has to quickly switch to the higher ground to collect 2 of the checkpoints. Normally, you use an uphill tunnel blocks to get up, and then, with the help from the roof hit, the car reaches the ground again as quickly as it's possible. What I managed to force was placing the road piece used for roof hit 1 block lower, allowing us to gain ground contact again much faster. Normally you can't place the road block lower because it would collide with the tunnel exit, but with our little trick we can exit the tunnel without placing the exit. Normally when you place a tunnel that's not connected to any other block, it will be covered with a wall at the end. However, we can trick the game to connect the tunnel with a standard road block, and as it is not a valid connection, the tunnel will remain opened, allowing us to jump out of bounds. The very same trick is used later at the map, but there is also one other little change. In the tunnel before, we don't need to go as wide as the old road record did, because we need less speed to successfully do the roof hit. The next change comes at the drop from higher ground to the lower one. Old record used a road piece to get a roof hit and get pushed to the bottom quickly. The problem is that the car will always lose a big portion of its speed when doing the roof hit, so I just decided to skip it. By placing the tunnel blocks on the ground, I created a black hole that lets us jump under the textures, and after traveling some distance in the blank black space, we clip on the other side of the building, landing smoothly on the ground, keeping all of our speed. The last change on the map is probably my favorite one. Once again, I connect the tunnel block into the standard road, creating an opening in the textures. Thanks to this, we can jump directly into finish line, triggering it from below the textures. It looks really crazy in my opinion. I am really in love with this trick. So at the start of the video I said that using this trick might get you banned. Technically you are just abusing the glitches in the game, and that has been allowed for ages. However, there is one twist when using this trick. After you have built the map, finished the run, exited to the menu and you try to open the map again, the game will straight up tell you that your solution is invalid. So even though you can fool the game into thinking everything is okay and drive the run, it will later realize you messed something up. Personally, I will not be using this trick to get into any of the official leaderboards. I'm only making this video to show you something cool. I don't quite care if this trick somehow becomes a new standard when playing puzzle mode, but still I would advise you not to use it, unless you wanna risk getting your world record removed from leaderboards anyway. So I don't know, it's up to you. Alright, that's all I wanted to show you. Hope you enjoyed the video in this format. It actually took a lot more time to prepare than I expected. If I get some positive feedback, I might be doing some more vids of this kind, because the ideas are in my head, but the motivation isn't quite here yet, so we will see how it goes. But for now, thanks everyone for watching and have a nice day!